Namaste everyone. Jnananandamaya devam nirmalam spatikakritim adharam sarvavidyanam hayagrevam upasmahe. अथातः ज्वरचिकित्सितम् अध्यायं व्याख्यास्यामः इति हस्मः भगवान् आत्रेयः। चातुर्मास के इस शुभ अवसर पर हम आज से ज्वर चिकित्सा अध्याय का यथामति यथाशक्ति चिंतन करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं और इस ज्वर चिकित्सा के अध्याय का अध्ययन करने में कंपैरेटिवली वक्त ज़्यादा लगेगा, क्योंकि ये अध्याय ही बहुत बड़ा है और अध्याय के विस्तार से पढ़ना और उसका जानकारी लेना बहुत आवश्यक है। जब चाहे तब जहाँ पे एक्सप्लेनेशन का रिक्वायरमेंट है वहाँ पे हम अन्य ग्रंथों का भी संग्रह करेंगे, विषय ग्रहण करेंगे और जहाँ पे लिमिटेड एक्सप्लेनेशंस है वहाँ पे हम अगर विस्तृत व्याख्यान की ज़रूरत है तो हम श्योरली उसका विस्तार करने का प्रयास जारी रखेंगे। ग्रंथ में अनेक व्याधियों के बारे में उल्लेख किया गया है, लेकिन ज्वर का महत्व जितना ग्रंथ में उल्लेखित है उतना अन्य किसी ग्रंथों में किसी अन्य अध्यायों के बारे में व्याख्यान मिलना मुश्किल ऐसा दिख सकता है और ग्रंथ का महत्व ही ऐसे विशेष व्याख्यान से बढ़ता है। ऐसे सोचते हुए महत्व का एक व्याधि हम आज से पढ़ने के लिए, अध्ययन करने के लिए बैठे हैं, तो भगवान धन्वंतरी से ये प्रार्थना हम सभी के तरफ से है कि वो हमें शक्ति दे और उस शक्ति के साथ साथ हमारा अध्ययन चातुर्मास के इस संदर्भ में पूर्ण हो जाए और आप सभी को भी सुख आयु यानी आरोग्य युक्त आयु का धन्वंतरी से अनुग्रह हो और इस चातुर्मास के पर्व में चिकित्सा स्थान यथामति अध्ययन करके हमारे ज्ञान की जो बैलेंस है उसको बढ़ाए। जैसे बैंक बैलेंस बढ़ता है वैसे ज्ञान की संपत्ति हम इस अध्ययन के रूप में बढ़ाने का कोशिश करेंगे। साध्यतः जहाँ जहाँ एक्सप्लेनेशन हिंदी में चाहिए मैं वहाँ पे हिंदी में एक्सप्लेनेशन देता हूँ, अन्यत्र मैं इंग्लिश में ही एक्सप्लेनेशन देने का प्रयास करता हूँ, क्योंकि बहुत सारे विद्यार्थी हमको मैसेज कर रहे हैं कि वे हिंदी नहीं समझते हैं या विद्यार्थी अन्य देश से भी है जो आयुर्वेद के अध्ययन में विशेष इच्छा दिखाते हैं, उनके लिए ये सहायक हो। इसलिए जहाँ चाहिए वहाँ पे हम हिंदी एक्सप्लेनेशन देंगे और अन्यत्र हम इंग्लिश में इसका व्याख्यान देने का प्रयास करेंगे। अथातः ज्वरचिकित्सितं व्याख्यास्यामः इति हस्मः भगवान् आत्रेयः। पहला सूत्र चिकित्सा स्थान के रोग अधिकार में ज्वर के बारे में है। स्वस्थस्सोर्जस्करम् अभिधाय व्याधिर्निर्घातकर चिकित्सितं वक्तव्यम्। सर्वरोगप्रधानत्वेन ज्वरस्य एव आदौ चिकित्सितं तत्र उच्यते। अन्य सभी व्याधियों में ज्वर अत्यंत महत्व का है। ज्वर की महत्व होने के वजह से, बिकॉज द ज्वर इज सो इम्पॉर्टेंट than any other diseases enlisted in the chapters henceforth, or in any of the treatises, the disease which is carrying utmost importance is Jwara. Hence, the treatise of Charaka Samhita also begins with the explanation of Jwara. ज्वरस्य च तथा यथा प्राधान्यं तथा च अत्र एव वक्ष्यति। ज्वरचिकित्सितम् अभिधायको अध्यायः ज्वरचिकित्सितम् उच्यते। That chapter which is narrating about the Jwara Chikitsa is Jwara Chikitsitam. Now we may get a question in our mind that the title is Jwara Chikitsitam, but when we start reading the Adhyaya, we find so many explanations where Chikitsa related concepts are not really shown in the earlier verses. Then what is the use of Jwara Chikitsitam Adhyayam? Instead, the title would be Jwara Adhyayam. Then the detailed explanation about Jwara, types of Jwara, etc., and later concluding with Chikitsa would be the appropriate. But no, Granthakara writes Jwara Chikitsitam only. Why? Because he says Jwara Chikitsa Abhidayakaha. To perform Chikitsa, what is most needed, that has been enlisted and that has been documented. Hence, it is Jwara Chikitsitam. Now, what is that documentation? That documentation begins with the understanding that what is Jwara, how the Jwara is, why the Jwara is, and various so many questions can be raised. And to answer all those questions, Granthakara has made a description regarding every entity related with the Jwara. Vijwaram Jwara Sandeham Paryaprachat Punarvasum Vivikte Shantimasinam Agnivesha Kritanjalihi. Agnivesha, Acharya Agnivesha, अपने गुरु के सामने, यानी in front of his guru, he sits with Krita Anjali. Krita Anjali is making such thing in front of Guru, and he asks with vinamrata, with politeness, with gaurava to his Guru, and asks that please narrate about the Jwara. But the question comes here that the Granthakara begins, or Atreya Punarvasu begins the explanation with Vijwaram Jwara Sandeham. Vijwara, here it is Viruddham Jwaram, that is Niroga Avastha. Vijwaram Jwara Sandeham Paryaprachat Punarvasum. If Atreya Punarvasu himself was suffering with Jwara, then he would have used the word Jwaram Jwara Sandeham. But he has used the word Vijwaram, that means he is free from Jwara Vyadhi, because at the time of explanation he was not suffering. If he was suffering, then he would have asked about or he would have started as Jwaram Jwara Sandeham, like that the verse would go. But he used the word Vijwaram. Here the meaning of Vijwaram is Vijwaram iti Vijwara Shabdo Niroga Upadarshakaha. Chakrapani writes this. Niroga Avastha of particular Guru and Shishya can be understood here. Paryaprachat Punarvasum Vivikte Shantim Asinaha Agnivesham Kritanjalihi. Agnivesha is sitting in front of Atreya Punarvasu, and he is very fond of asking the question to Atreya Punarvasu regarding Jwara, and Atreya Punarvasu starts explaining about Jwara. What he says, Atre Punarvasu says, Deha Indriya Manastvapi Sarva Grajo Bali Jwaraha Pradhana Roganam Ukto Bhagavata Puram. Among the given diseases, there are so many diseases, but wherein Jwara is creating trouble not only to the body, it is also creating trouble to the manas. That the word what they used is Deha Indriya Manaha to api. Tukar, wherever in Granthas when reading, if tu, api, kanichit, yanichit, kashchit, kadachit, cha and such pratyaya are used, we need to apply Tantra Yukti there. That is Atidesha Tantra Yukti, and we have to add other things also like Deha, Indriya, Manaha, Anga Pratyangaha, etc. etc. various components of the body to be added. Tapi, they tend to create tapa. What is tapa? Tapa is not only the tactile sensation of high grade feverness. No, tapa is irritability in one or the other way. It can be raised temperature or it can be other symptom. Sarvaroga agrajaha. He is brother, big brother of all other diseases available in the universe. Bali Jwara Pradhana Roganam Uktaha Bhagavata Pura. Jwara is the Pradhana Roga because it is creating so many troubles, and hence Jwara is Pradhana Rogaha Bhagavata Puraha Uktaha. So that is what Atre Punarvasu says. He is Bhagavata. He says that Jwara is Atyanta Sreshta. Tasya Prani Sapatnasya Dhruvasya Pralayodayaha. This Jwara is there not only in between the life, whenever we expose to Nidana, but this Jwara is present from the birth, even at the time of death. Hence, Jata and Marana, that is what he says, Dhruvasya Pralayodayaha. It is present at the time of Janana, as well it is present at the time of Marana. Then Prakritim cha Vikritim cha Prabhavam Karanani cha. What is its Prakriti? Prakriti is Karana. Prakriti is Swabhava. Both to be considered. Pravrittim, how it propagates. Pravrittim. Prabhavam, what are its effects? Karanani cha. Purvarupam Adhishthanam Balakalatma Lakshanam. What are its Purvarupa Lakshana? Adhisthana, where the Jwara is located. Balakala Atma Lakshana, Pratyatma Lakshana and Balakalas. Vyasato Vidibhedascha Pratak Bhinnasya Chakritim. Vyasataha. Vyasataha is Vistarataha. Explain it elaborately. Vidibhedascha, classification of Jwara. Prathak Bhinnasya Chakritim. Lingam Amasya. Amajwara Lakshanas are what? Jirna Jwara Lakshanam. Jirnasya. Sa Aushadham cha Kriyakramam. What is the treatment principle of this particular Jwara? Vimunchataha Prashantasya Chinnam. When the Jwara is relieved, when the person is free from Jwara, what are the Lakshanas seen? Yacha Prathak Prathak. Explain it separately in detail about all these factors, where Agnivesha asks or Atre Punarvasu narrates about 18 factors related with Jwara, and further in the due course of whole chapter all those 18 points related to Jwara will be addressed. Jwara avasrishto rakshascha yavat kalam yato yathaha prashantah karanairyaischa punaravartate Jwara. What is punaravartaka Jwara? Repeatedly, if the Jwara comes, subsides, a person is very very free, as if he feels that he is totally devoid of Jwara, and suddenly again the Jwara begins. Then what is the Lakshana of such particular Jwara? Punaravartate Jwaraha Yascha api punaravrattam kriya prashamayantitam. What is the treatment if the Jwara is punaravartaka, repeatedly occurring? Jagad hitartham tat sarvam bhagavan vaktumarhasi. Now here we need to find and we need to offer our salutations to Agnivesha. He says Jagad hitartham natu maya hitartham. मेरे हित के लिए ही बताओ, ऐसे अग्निवेश ने नहीं कहा। अग्निवेश ने पूछा कि जगत के हित के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए, वो सभी प्रश्नों को अग्निवेश ने, आचार्य अपने गुरु आचार्य पुनर्वसु से पूछा। ये बहुत बड़ी मानसिक स्वभाव है, जहाँ पे खुद के बारे में न सोचते हुए पूरे जगत के बारे में व्यक्ति जब सोचता है तो वो महान व्यक्ति बनता है। जगद हितार्थम तत्सर्वं भगवन् वक्तुमर्हसि तदा अग्निवेशस्य वचो निशम्य गुरुः अब्रवीत् ज्वराधिकारे यद्वाच्यं तत्सौम्यं निखिलं शृणुः। उसके बाद after that, after the questions are being asked by Agnivesha, now Atraya Punarvasu is throwing light over all these particular questions. Jwara prabhavau janmadau nidhane cha mahattamaha. Here the word is used. Jwara prabhavau nidhane cha maranam. Jwara prabhavau janmadau nidhane cha mahattamaha. It is used. What does this say? Jwaraha prabhavaha, its effect or its existence is not only in between the life whenever the off season, that is seasonal variations in the climate, or when the person is exposed to the high intensities of extreme cold or extreme hot, or any variation in the food rituals. Such things may lead to various sorts of jwara. But that is the jwara seen in the Madhyakala of Janana and Marana. That is a deceased entity. But at the time of birth also jwara will be there, and at the time of death also jwara will be there. Why this is said? Why jwara prabhavo janmado nidhanecha mahattamaha? Prabhava, why present during the birth? We don't find any baby having jwara as soon the birth takes place. No, we are at the wrong way. That the modern science has narrated this, that the body of the baby cries, or the baby cries as soon the baby is delivered, is because it starts with its own respiration. When the respiration begins of its own, there will be something called as raised temperature, which is to maintain the homeostasis. Hence the baby cries, and when the baby is crying, that indicates that the respiration of the baby has started, and this started respiration itself is creating a raise in temperature from the lower level, which was present before the birth inside the womb, is now adjusting towards the environment or the climate of the external factor. Hence that itself is the jwara, what is seen in the time of birth. Now that is prakrita. Now at the time of death, now the jwara can be seen in multiple ways. Jwara can be nidana, jwara can be lakshana, jwara can be vyadhi, jwara can be upadrava, and jwara can be arishta lakshana also. That has been enlisted. And at the time of death, what the jwara we see, it could be arishta lakshana. Jatasya maranam dhruvam. The person who has taken birth is definitely going to die on one or the other day. And at the time of death, the jwara is definitely seen. Jwaro vikaro rogascha व्याधिरातंक एव च एको अर्थो नामपर्यायै विविधैः अभिधीयते. Now Atreya Punarvasu starts the explanation with the paryaya shabdas related with jwara. Jwaro vikaro rogascha vyadhihi atanka eva cha eko arthaha namaparyayaha. So all these words, jwara, vikara, roga, vyadhi, atanka, are all the same meaning is being rendered by all these words. Then why did Granthakara give all these explanation? He gave the explanation for understanding of each word. There is a different meaning that can be understood further in the given context. Now what he says, Jwara we can find Jwara as Vyadhi Avastha. Jwaraha iti tapaha. Deha indriya manaha tapaha. Vikara is Vishishtam Akaram. There is normal Akara, Prakara to the body. If Jwara creates difficulty or disturbance in that, then that is called Vikara. Roga, that which creates trouble, is called Roga. Vyadhi व्यधितः प्राकृत धातु वैषम्य इत्येव व्याधिः आतंकः दिस इज मानसिक एंटिटी वेयर इट क्रिएट्स रेस्टलेसनेस आतंक एव च एको अर्थः नामपर्यायः विविधैः अभिधीयते बट ऑल टुगेदर दे गिव वन पर्टिकुलर सॉर्ट ऑफ एक्सप्लेनेशन दैट इज नथिंग बट विकृति और difficulty to the individual. That is what is being explained as paryaya shabda of jwara. Tasya prakritirudishta doshaha sharira manasaha dehinam nahi nirdosham jwara samupasevate. Prakriti uddishtaha tasya is jwarasya prakritihi uddishtaha. Jwara Prakriti. What is the Prakriti? Now, here the word meaning of Prakriti is Prakriti Shabdena Iha Swabhavaha Tatha Yat Karanam Ayam Karyam Bhavati Taduchyate. Chakrapani narrates this. What is the meaning of Prakriti word? Word Prakriti says that what is the Karana of existence of Jwara. He says Jwara Prakriti. He Doshaha Sharira Manasaha. Sharirika and Manasika dosha itself is the cause for the existence of Jwara. What are Sharirika dosha then? Vata, Pitta and Kapha, and Manasa dosha as Raja and Tama are the culprits to create Jwara in an individual. Kshayastamo Jwara Papma Mrutyushchokta Yamatmakaha Panchatva Pratyayandranam क्लिश्यताम स्वेन कर्मणा स्वेन कर्मणा स्वकर्म because of their own entity the jwara gets different names in different avastha like kshayaha tamaha jwaraha papma mrutyuhu cha ukta yamatmakaha panchatva pratyayandranam klishyatam svena karmana he said. Then what are these meaning? Kshayaha. What is Kshaya in case of Jwara? Kshaya word means that it is related with Dhatu Kshaya. Because whenever the individual is suffering with any sort of Vyadhi, there will be Dhatu Kshaya. This Dhatu Kshaya itself is always trouble creator. And whenever Dhatu Kshaya takes place, automatically or ultimately, there will be Nasha or reduction in the lifespan of an individual. That has been narrated here. Kshayaha. Tamaha. What is tama? Tama here means that moha karaka. Now in jwara avastha, when there is vikriti related with jwara, then there will be utpatti of moha, and that moha is caused because of tamoguna present in the individual's body. That tamoguna itself is creating disturbance, hence it is called tamaha. Then after that, kshayastamaha jwaraha. Here the word meaning jwara means the utpatti of the difficulty in the body is called jwara. Any type of difficulty is called jwara because jwara is one of the synonym of vyadhi also. Then papma. This papma word is addressed or it is said as atma of jwara because in Purva Janma, if we have done any Papa Karma, then that can also be seen as Jwara in the Adhuna Janma is in the present life. We may find the Jwara itself as a disease entity secondary to the Purva Janma karma. Like whatever the difficult karma, like if we have not given sufficient time for digestion in the Purva Janma need not be the previous life alone. It can be previous time also. If we are not allowing the food to digest very well in the which is consumed prior, then before its digestion, if we are again consuming food, then what happens? Ama utpatti takes place. Whenever there is ama utpatti, that itself leads to rasa vikriti, and rasa vikriti will create jwara adi vyadhi. Hence Papma word meaning is narrated or instructed about the Purva Janma that can be applied with the technical Tantra Yuktis. We can even consider that Papma need not be always only Purva Janma, it can be to the Iha Janma, but the previous abnormal functions can be considered. Hence, it is called Papma. Mrutyu, because the Jwara is definitely present at the time of death, it is called Mrutyuhu. And Yama Atmakaha. And this Jwara, if not addressed well, can kill the individual, like how Yama takes away the life of an individual. Hence, Yama Atmakaha. Mrutyushchokta Yamatmakaha. Panchatva Pratyayan Ranam Klishyatam. Panchatvam is at the time of death. So, at the time of death, this Jwara is definitely present. Hence, it is addressed with all these words, or Yamatmaka and Mrutyu words are being uttered. What is Panchatvam? Panchatvam Gatamuchyate. In Sharirasthana, first chapter, we may find about the Pralaya, or while defining about the death, we come across with the verse Panchatvam Gatamuchyate. Panchatva Gatam is the Leena become the Atma becoming Leena with all Panchamahabhutas which are in the Sukshma Avastha. Klishyatam Svena Karmanam Ityasya Prakritihi Proktaha. This is the Prakriti, Swabhava of Jwara or Karana of Jwara. Now further, Pravrittistu Parigrahat. Parigrahat Pravrittihi Nidane Puramuddishtaha Rudrakopacha Darunat. So what he says is pravritti. Pravritti is prathama utpatti. What pravritti is? Pravrittistu parigrahat. Parigraha shabda meaning is that it is considered as it is the culprit, or the Jwara itself is the cause for utpatti of all other diseases also. Hence it is called parigraha. And it is said Nidane Puramuddishtaha Rudrakopacha Darunat. In Nidanasthana it is mentioned that the Jwara is initiated, or the first commencement of Jwara is secondary to Rudrakopa. And it is how? It is Daruna. It is trouble creator. Then further, after this verse, Granthakara explains about how Jwara started. It is Pauranika Katha. We'll read the shloka as a routine, and we'll try to simplify and understand the katha in a short description. Dvitiyehi yuge sharvam akrodha vratamasthidam divyam sahasram varshanam asura abhidudruvaha. Dvitiyehi yuge. Dvitiya yuga is Treta yuga. Krita yuga, dharma is 100%. Pade yuge yuge dharmakshayam, what we find the reference from Vimanasthana of Charaka Samhita. Every yuga, one pada dharmakshaya takes place. So in Krita yuga, dharma was 4 pada and adharma was 1 pada. Then when Krita yuga anta came, adharma started becoming active, not dominant, becoming active. And in Treta yuga, 3 pada dharma and 1 pada adharma started. Hence, during that, Dvitiyehi yuge Sharvam akrodha vratamastitam. Sharva here meaning is Rudra. Shiva started a vrata in Treta Yuga that he will do Tyaga of Krodha. Rudra Kopa is very dangerous Kopa, or it is very frightening one. But Rudra did tyaga of kopa in Treta Yuga, and he started observing a vrata that he will not have kopa. Divyam sahasram varshanam asura abhidudruvaha druvuhu. For thousands of years, Asura were very very happy because Rudra had considered the vrata of Krodhatyaka. When Rudra himself is Layakaraka or Nashakaraka, Srishti Sthiti Laya. Layakaraka, that means when Asura or Adharma is becoming dominant, then the Kopa of Rudra was the culprit, which was to create the pacification of all such Vikritis. But Rudra had done the Tyaga of Krodha, hence Asura were very, very dominant during that time. Tapo Vignanashaha Vignanashanaha Kartum Tapo Vignam Mahatmanaha. Mahatmana here again is attributed towards Rudra itself, or it can be even considered towards Maharushis who were performing Tapa, Upavasa, Ityadi Dharmacharana. Because Rudra was Shanta, he was performing Vrata, these Asura were dominant and they were creating trouble in the routine work. Pashyan Samarthascha Apeksham Chakre Daksha Prajapati. Now Daksha Prajapati was very very samartha to do damana of all these asuras. But even he did upeksha of that. Upeksha is he did not consider about the killing or destroying these dushta shaktis. Punar Maheshwaram Bhagam Dhruvam Daksha Prajapati. And Daksha Prajapati, being Samartha, being king, being the person to initiate the universe after Brahma, did not control over these Rakshasas, and while he was performing Yajna, he eliminated Rucha of Rudra, related with Rudra, and he performed all yaga without offering the Havis to the Yajna with the name of Lord Rudra. Prochyamanaha, Yajne न कल्पयामासः प्रोच्यमानः सुरैः अपि रुचः पशुपतेर्याश्च शैव्यः आहूतयश्च याः. Pashupata Ruchu were all eliminated. They were not. Rudraya Swaha, if the mantra is there, that was eliminated. Rest other were given with Homa Dravya. And that made the Rudra to give attention towards Daksha Prajapati also. There were two mistakes done by Daksha Prajapati. One, though he was capable to destroy the asuras who were creating trouble for the Rishimuni in performing Yajna Yaga, he did not do it. Second culprit was he should have offered Havis in the Yajna to the Rudra, he did not give it. These two were listed out for the Hani further. And he further says that Yajna Siddha Pradastabhihi Heenam Chaivasa Ishtavan Adhottirna Vrato Devaha Buddhva Daksha Vyatikramam Uttirna Vrataha. That means when Rudra finished his Vrata of Mauna Akrodha Vrata, now Rudra started becoming anger. Krodha Tyaga was performed by Rudra for so many thousands of years. And then he became, he turned back after the Vrata and he came to know that Daksha Prajapati did not offer Havis to him during Yajna, and Daksha Prajapati also did not control the Rakshasas. He got angry because the Rishi Munis, the saints, those who are very good by their deeds, were having a lot of trouble. So that made irritation to Rudra. Rudro Raudram Puraskritya Bhavamatma Vidatmanaha Srishtva Lalate Chakshurvu Dagdhva Tan Asuran Prabhuhu. Now what did Rudra do? Rudra opened his third eye, which is Agneyatmaka in nature, and because of his Ushna Agni, he did bhasma of all asuras and those who were creating trouble in the performance of Yajna Yaga. Balam Krodhagni Santaptam Asrajat Satra Nashanam Tato Yajnas Vidhaste Vyathitascha Divaukasaha Dahavyatha Paritascha Bhranta Bhutaganadishaha Atheshwaram Devaganaha Saha Saptarshibhihi Vibhum. Now, after seeing that the destruction of all asuras by Rudra, by opening his third eye with the Agneya Netra, that was creating more tapa to even the good fellows, like those who were performing Yajna Yaga. For them also, his third eye, which was used to kill the asuras, was creating tapa. It was not tolerable for other good people also. Then all of them, all the rishis with saptarshis, devagana, devatas, went to Rudra and said, please take shanti and let us make free from the kopa what you are showing towards the asuras. Now all asuras were killed, and now this kopa you must be settling down, because it is also creating trouble that we are unable to tolerate your kopa. That's what Rushigana said. Saptarshi Vibhum Tam Rishibihi Astuvan Yavachayeva Bhave Shivaha Sthitaha. After listening to Rishis, Rudra started becoming Shanta. Then Bhiya Bhasma Praharana Strishiraha Navalochanaha. Now this Agneya, the Vastu or Jivi which was originated by third eye of Rudra, came in front of Rudra and said, now you have reduced your Krodha. Now what is my work? That Krodhatma itself was this. How it was? It was three pada, three shira, sahasra pada and navalochanaha, 9 eyes and 3 heads were there for that Vastu, and that itself was named as Virabhadra, and that Virabhadra was very short and having all these qualities. Then Jwalamala Kulo Raudraha Hrasva Jango Daroh Kramat, how it was, they are narrating it. This can be considered as a microorganism at present, that having all these things, Trishira, Navalochana, Sahasrapada, Kubja Deha, and all. Jwalamala Kulaha was wearing Jwalamala, Raudraha, Hrasvajangha, short legs, Udaraha Kramat, Krodhagnihi Uktavan Devam Aham Kim Karavanite Tam Uvacha Ishwaraha Krodham Jwaro Loke Bhavishyasi Janmado Nidhanecha Tvam apacharantareshu cha. Then he came in front of Rudra and asked, what is my function now? What is my duty now? Then Rudra said that you go and settle in the Bhumi Desha. You will be prasiddha with the name called Jwara, and you exist during the existence of a life and at the time of death as well. When the person consumes nidana, or when he performs apatya, at that time you must be present in his body creating tapa, and with all this karma you will be known to the universe as Jwara. That itself is known as the Vyadhi what we are studying. Santapaha Saruchis Trishna Sangamardo Hridivyatha Jwara Prabhavo Janmado Nidhane cha Mahattamaha Prakritischa Pravrittischa Prabhavascha Pradarshitaha. Now what he is explaining is the Lakshana related with Jwara, that is Prabhava. Santapaha, Samyak Tapaha, Santapaha. Samyak Tapa means there will be warmth all over the body, starting from fingers till the head. There will be difficulty, that is called Santapaha. Sa Aruchihi, Saha Aruchi, associated with Aruchi, there is loss of taste. Trishna, there will be Thus, sa angamardaha hridivyatha. Angamarda, generalized body pain is also seen, and hridaya vyatha, hridaya pida. Hridaya vyatha need not be always related with heart diseases. Here, hridaya vyatha is mano vyatha also, because hridayam chetana sthanam uktam sushruta dehinam. Sushruta says that hridaya itself is the sthana for atma and manas. Hence, hriday vyatha is mano vyatha, also can be considered. Mano vyatha or hridaya vyatha. There will be difficulty in the particular organ. Then Jwara Prabhavaha. This is the Prabhava of Jwara. Janmadau Nidhanecha Mahattamaha. It is present from the birth till the death. Mahattamaha. This will be present. Then Prakritischa Pravrittischa Prabhavascha Pradarshitaha. With this, the Granthakara has given the description related with all these three entities, that is Prakriti, Pravritti and Prabhava of Jwara, which were the first three entities asked by Agnivesha, has been addressed by his Guru Atreya Punarvasu. Nidane karananyashtau purvoktani vibhagashah. This is most important thing. Nidane karanani ashtau purvamuddishtaha. Or in Nidana Sthana, there are about 8 causes which are enlisted in the Nidana Sthana first chapter. They are the 8 causative factors even here also, and hence that has been given in a short line, that Purvoktani Vibhagashaha. How categorically the causes of 8 types of Jwara or 8 varieties of the causative factors for the Jwara Utpatti has been enlisted. The same is to be considered. Now, why didn't they explain about all those 8 when they were explaining the Jwara in detail? They should have explained again here, but they have not, because a repeated explanation becomes Punarukti dosha. Hence, they gave the explanation that it is already explained in Nidana Sthana. They are the 8 causes. Then after that, there are various concepts being addressed hereafter. What are they? Alasyam nayane sasre jrambanam gauravam kramaha jwalana atapa vaivambu bhakti dvesha vinishchitau avipakasya vairasya hanischa balavarnayoho shila vaikritam alpam cha jwara lakshanam agrajam. These are the Purva Rupa of Jwara. What are they? Purva Rupa are explained beautifully here. Alasyam, generalized tiredness or loss of interest in any of the work. Netram Nayane Sa Asre. Nayane Sa Asra is Srava. Nayane Sa Asra. That means there will be unexplained, without any reason, there will be Srava of Ashru from Akshi. Then Jrumbanam. Jrumbana is the yawning, repeated yawning. Gauravam Klamaha. Gaurava is Guruta. Klama is Mohavritti. Then Jwalana Tapa Vaivambu Bhakti Dvesha Vinishchitaha. Jwalana, that is Agni. Atapa, that is the sunlight. Vayu and Jala, there will be loss of Icha or there will be Dvesha. Either they will have attraction towards all this, or they will have aversion towards all of this. Then that is the Pururupa. Sometimes being attracted, sometimes being distracted towards this. These are called as Pururupa. Avipakasya asya vairasyaha. Avipakaha, that is improper paka of ahara. Then asya vairasya, there will be vikrita rasa present in the oral cavity. Hanischa balavarnayoho, there will be hani for the bala and varna of individual. Varnayoho Sheela Vaikritam Alpam cha Jwara Lakshanam Agrajam. Here Sheela Vikriti means that what are his achara vichar, achara shilaha, what he used to perform every day, he is not performing that. For example, if the individual is waking up by 4 a.m. every day, if he has Jwara, he will not be able to get up at 4 a.m. That itself is Shila Vikriti. That means his Acharana Vikriti is seen as Shila Vikritim. Jwara Lakshanam Agrajam. These are the Lakshana of Jwara. Kevalam Samanaskam cha Jwaradhishthana Uchyate Shariram Balakalastu Nidane Sampradarshitaha. Kevala word meaning is Kritsnam. Kritsnam is all over. Kevalam Samanaskam cha Jwaradhishthana Uchyate. Samanaskam. It is along with Sharira. There will be Vikriti in the Manas also. Adhisthana Uchyate. So Jwara Adhisthana becomes two. One is at the Deha, the other one is at Manas. So Deha and Manas are the two Adhisthana of Jwara. Balakalastu Nidane Sampradarshitaha. Balakala Vibhaga of Jwara has already been explained in Nidanasthana, that is to be considered. What is that Balakala? Divasante, Gharmante, Jaranante va Jwaragamanam Abhivrittir Vriddhirva iti evam prakara granthena uktaha. What he says? Divasante, Gharmante, Jwaritante, Jaranante, Jwara is seen more. That means what? In case of Vasanta Rutu, the Kafaja Jwara is Pradhana. In case of Sharad Rutu, Paitika Jwara is Pradhana. And though they are present, both of them, they are present in their respective Dosha Prakopa Avastha. Still, the Jwara is Sukha Sadhya because in Shita Rutu, Kapha Sanchaya takes place, that is during Shishira Rutu, and in Vasanta Rutu, because of Abhitapa of Surya or Surya Rashmi, there will be Vilayana of Kapha, and that leads to Kafaja Jwara. But it becomes Sukha Sadhya because it is Prakrata Jwara. Similarly, in Sharad Rutu, there will in Varsha Rutu there will be Pitta Sanchaya. In Sharad there will be Prakopa of Pitta. So Pitta and Jwara having Samanya Lakshana, Atma Lakshana, hence it becomes Prakrita Jwara, it is Sukha Sadhya. But Anyatra, in other diseases, if particular Rutu causing particular Dosha Vikriti and relating to the respective Vyadhi, the Vyadhi becomes Kashta Sadhya. But it is an exception in Jwara that during its Prakrita Avastha, Jwara is Sukha Sadhya. Correct? So that is the important feature what we need to see. Jwara pratyatmikam lingam santapo dehamanasaha jarane vishita bhutam nahi kinchana tapyataha. So pratyatma lakshana of Jwara itself is santapaha dehamanasaha. There will be santapa, samyak tapam, santapam. What is santapa? Santapa shabdena samanyena pida vaktavyaha. Chakrapani narrates this beautifully, that Santapa Shabdena Samanyena Pida Vaktavyaha. Samanyataha, generally, the Pida can be irritation, irritability can be considered as Santapa. Sacha Deha Visheshena Abhidhanat Tapa Lakshanaihi Eva Bhavati मनसी तु तथा च इंद्रियेषु देह गुण गृहीतेषु वैचित्यादि रूपाः वैचित्यम इत्यादि ग्रंथ वक्तव्या ज्ञेयाः. So what is related with manas now? For manas it is said as च इंद्रियेषु देह गुण गृहीतेषु वैचित्यम. Chitta nirodha itself is called as santapa. Now during Jwara, can you focus to some activity? No. If the person is suffering with Jwara, he will not be able to focus to the particular activity. No. That itself is Vaichityam. That is Chitta Vritti Hani. What is Chitta Vritti? Chintyam Vicharya Muhyancha Dhyayam Sankalpyamevacha Yat Kinchin Manasodneyam. From all these activity, the manas is deprived or it is totally derived out from that particular activity, that is called Vaichityam. So these are the Pratyatma Lakshana of Jwara. Dvividho Vidhibhedena Jwara Sharira Manasaha Punascha Dvividho Drushta Saumyascha Agneya eva cha. Now, two sets of Jwara has been narrated. Dvividho Vidhi Bhedena. Based on Vidhi, Jwara is of two types. That is Sharirika Jwara and Manasika Jwara. Punascha Dvividho Drashta Saumyascha Agneya eva cha. Saumya Jwara, that is Kafacha Jwara. Agneya Jwara, that is Paitika Jwara. Antarvegaha Bahirvegaha Dvividha Punaruchyate. Based on Vega, Abhyantara Jwara and Bahirvegi Jwara are the again two sets of Jwara. Prakruto Vaikrataschaiva Sadhya Sadhyascha evacha. Prakrita Jwara, Vaikrita Jwara. Sadhya Jwara, Asadhya Jwara are the two sets. Punaha Panchavidho Drashta Dosha Kala Bala Balat. After two sets of Jwara classification, now Granthakara is explaining a set of Jwara where it has 5 subtypes, that is Santataha, Satataha, Anyedhyushkaha, Tritiyakaha, Chaturthakaha are the 5 other set of Jwara. Punaha Ashraya Bhedena Dhatunam Saptadhamataha. Based on Ashraya, where it is residing in the Dhatu, they are of 7 types of Jwara. Rasaja, Raktaja, Mausaja, Medaja, Astija, Majjaja and Shukraja Jwara. Then Bhinnaha Karana Bhedena Punar Ashtavidho Jwaraha Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja, Vata Pittaja, Pitta Kafaja, Pitta Vataja. Then Sannipataja and Agantuja are the 8 subset, another set of Jwara where it is caused because of Vikriti of all these things. Shariro jayate purvam dehe manasi manasaha vaichityam maratirglane manasastapa lakshanam indriyanam cha vaikrityam jneyam santapa lakshanam. Now, while narrating in the previous verse, Santapo Deha Manasaha, the word of Santapa has been narrated beautifully by Chakrapani as Santapaha Samanyena Pida Vaktavya. Generally, in general, if we consider Santapa is Pida. But what is Santapa in proper as a clinical entity that has been narrated here? Shariro Jayate Purvam Dehe Manasi Manasaha. Initially, it is present in the Deha and then it occupies Manas. Vaichityam aratihi glanihi glanir manasas tapalakshanam. Vaichitya, arati, glani are the tapalakshana related with manas. Daihika tapalakshana are pida, that toda, bheda, gaurava, ruchi, etc. are related with sharira. Indriyanam cha vaikrutyam jneyam santapalakshanam. Indriya vikriti. Eyes are unable to see. Smell is lost. Taste is lost. Sparsha jnana may be sometime deprived, reduced, and Shravana can also be reduced. Why all these lakshanas are seen only in Jwara? Because Jwara begins with Rasadhatu. Rasadhatu Vikriti Teva Jwaraha. Whenever there is Vikriti in Rasadhatu, related all functions can be hampered. Hence, they are the Santapa Lakshanam. They are the Pratyatma Lakshana or the detailed Lakshana of Santapa. Vata Pittatmaka Shitam Ushnam Vata Kafatmakaha Icchatyubhayametattu Jwaro Vyamishra Lakshanaha. Vata Pittatmakam. Vataja and Pittaja Karana Janya Jwara is called Vata Pittatmaka Jwara. Then this type of Jwara is Shitam Ushnam Vata Kafatmakaha Icchatyubhayametattu Jwaro Vyamishra Lakshanaha. Whenever Pitta mixes with Vayu, Vataja Pittaja, that tends to create Paitik Jwara or Ushna Jwara. When the Vayu mixes with Kapha and causes Jwara, that Jwara becomes Shita. Shita Guna Pradhana Jwara. And Vyamishra Lakshanaha, when together Vata Pitta Kapha, that is Sannipataja Lakshana are seen, then there will be Mishra Lakshana can be seen in the individual. Now, why this occurs? Why Vayu causes this? Because Vayu has a peculiar quality called Yogavaha param vayuhu संयोगाद उभयार्थकृत दाहकृत तेजसा युक्तः शीतकृत सोम संश्रयात. Now what he says is Vayu is Yogavahi. Yogavahi is when it mixes with whatever the culprit, it tends to have that particular quality. Now if the air is blowing in the hot furnace, then the Vayu is warm. When the air is moving in Himalaya, which is cold, the Vayu becomes Shita. So that is the quality of Yogavahatva. Sanyogat Ubhayarthakarat. It creates both the qualities when it is mixing with any of it. Dahakrat Tejasa Yuktaha. When it is mixing with Pitta, it creates Daha. And Shitakrat Soma Samshrayat. It creates chills or coldness when it is mixing with Kapha. Antardaho Adhikas Trishna Pralapashvasanam Brahma Sandhyastishulam Asvedo Doshavarcho Vinigraha. Antarvegi Jwara Lakshana they are explaining. When it is, the Jwara is Antarvegi, it tends to create Daha Abhyantarataha. Internally burning sensation. Internal warmth can be considered. Trishna Vruddhi. When there is Daha Abhyantara, Abhyantarataha Daha, there will be definitely Vruddhi of Trishna. He will be having urge to have more of water. Pralapaha, because Pitta Vruddhi is there. Pralapa is Lakshana of Pitta Vruddhi, hence Pralapa is seen. Shvasa Vruddhihi. Why Shvasa Vruddhi? Shvasanam Brahmaha. Why Shvasa Vruddhi takes place? Because there will be more energy consumed by the tissues. Hence, the person has to replace it with more of oxygen. Hence, there will be Vruddhi of Shvasaha. Shvasanam Brahmaha. Brahma is giddiness because Brahma is caused by Pitta and Vayu both. Chakravat patate gatram, chakravat brahmate gatram, bhumau patati sarvashaha, rajapitta anilatmakaha, rajodosha, pitta dosha and vayu. All three are involved while the Brahma is occurring. That itself is called Brahma Avastha. So Brahmam, Sandhi Asti Shulam Asvedaha. There will be Shula in Sandhi and Asti. Sandhi Shula is different, Asti Shula is different. Asti Shula, bony pain is different and joint pain is different. Bony pains are horrible in nature. Joint pain sometimes can be reduced because in a joint which dosha is present? Kapha dosha is present. Shula is because of Vata, but Sthana is Kapha. Treatment is you try to improve Kapha dosha. In that particular Sthana, if Kapha Karmataha Kshaya or Gunataha Kshaya is there, there will be Vayu Prakopa and that Vayu Prakopa causes Shula. But in Asti, which dosha is there? Vayu. When Vayu is there, Vayu Prakopa, that means it needs more attention, more energy to be given. That is why bony pains are very horrible, painful than the joint pains. Sandhi, Asti, Shulam, Asvedaha. There will be Sweda Avarodha. Asvedaha, Dosha Varcho Vinigraha. Dosha Tyaga or Dosha Vahana and Varcho Vahana. That is Mala Sancharana are hampered. Antarvegasya lingani jwarasyetani lakshaye. These are the lakshana of antarvegi jwara. Then what is bahirvega jwara lakshana? Santapo abhyadiko bahya trishnadinam cha mardavam bahirvegasya lingani sukha sadhyatvam evacha. Santapaha abhyadikaha. Adhika santapa is seen in the bahya pradesha. External difficulties like pain, warmthness can be seen in the external. Bahyaha Trishnadinam cha mardavam. There will be Mrudu Trishna and Mruduta can be seen in the Bahirvega Jwara. And that Jwara which is having Bahirvega Jalakshana is with the Sukha Sadhya Lakshana. Bahirvega Jwara is Sukha Sadhya. That means Antarvegi Jwara is Kashta Sadhya, which is considered here. Prakritaha Sukhasadhyastu Vasantas Sharadudbhavaha. That Jwara which is origin during Vasanta Rutu and Sharad Rutu are called Prakrita Jwara because Vasanta Rutu, which dosha is Prakupita, Kapha dosha is Prakupita. By Shita guna of Shishar Rutu, Kapha Sanchaya takes place. By Atapa, which is intense during Vasanta, becomes Kapha Vilayana and Prakopa takes place and Jwara is seen. That is called Prakrita Jwara. And in Varsha Rutu, because of Amliyata of Aushadha, Dravya, Jala, Ahara Dravya in the universe, there will be Pitta Sanchaya. And in Sharad Rutu, Pitta Prakopa takes place and Jwara I have seen that is called such as Prakrita Paitika Jwara. Ushnam Ushnena Samvruddham Pittam Sharadi Kupyati Chitashide Kafashchaivam Vasante Samudiryate. These are the Rutu where Prakopa of Pitta and Kapha takes place. Sharad Rutu for Kapha and Sharad Rutu for Pitta and Vasant Rutu for Kapha. Varsha Swamlap Vipaka Abhihi Adbihi Oshadibhi Stathaha Sanchitam Pittamudriktam Sharadityas Tejasaha Jwaram Sanjanayatyashu Tasya cha Anubalah Kafaha Prakratyaiva Visargasya Tatra na Anashanad Bhayam. During Varsha Rutu, because of Varsha Prabhava, there will be Amla Vipaka of what all? Bhumi, Audbhidaha, Bhumija, that is Ahariya, Dhanya, etc. and Oshadhaha, Oshadhi Dravyas also, as well the Jala and Vatavarana. They all become Amla Vipaki. When Amla Vipaka is there, what is going to aggravate? Pitta automatically going to aggravate. That is why in Varsha Rutu, Sanchaya takes place for Pitta, and in Sharad Rutu, by Prabhava, the Prakopa always tends. Then Sanchitam Pitta Mudriktam, the Sanchita Pitta of Varsha Rutu becomes Udrikta in Sharad Rutu. Jwaram Sanjanayati Ashu, it instantly produces Jwara. Tasya cha Anubalah Kafaha. Similarly for Kapha, and its Anubala is Kapha itself, because Amla Rasa, Amla Vipaka also tends to cause Vriddhi of Kapha dosha also. Then Prakratyaiva Visargasya Tatra na Anashanad Bhayam. Because of Kapha being Anubala, if the person does not consume food during this, even it is fine. But in other Rutu, like where Vayu Prakopa is taking place, the person must be consuming food, because there can be Balakshaya. When Balakshaya takes place, Vyadhi becomes dominant. When the Vyadhi is dominant, Chikitsa becomes difficult for the management. Hence, in Sharad Rutu and in Vasant Rutu, if the Jwara is seen, person can do fasting, and indeed fasting is most important during the Jwara which is seen in Sharad Rutu as well as Vasanta Rutu. Then Adbhihi Oshadibhishchaiva Adbhihi Oshadibhishchaiva Madhurabhishritah Kafaha Hemante Suryasantaptaha cha Vasante Prakupyati Vasante Shleshmana Tasmat Jwaras Samupajayate Adana Madhye Tasyapi Vatapittam Bhavedanuhu. So during Adana Kala, there will be anyway Bala of the human being is more in Adana Kala. In Visarga Kala, Bala is less. Hence, the Jwara seen in Adana Kala can be allowed for fasting, and fasting, Langhana itself is one of the treatment modality for such Jwara which is Prakrita Jwara. Adavante cha madhe cha buddhva dosha balavalam sharad vasantayor vidvat jwarasya pratikarayet. So Vidwan, the wise physician, what he does, that Adavante cha madhe cha, Adava anta madhya of Prakrita Rutu, if the Jwara is seen, he will manage it very easily and he can give relief to the individual. Kala Prakriti Muddishya Nirdishtaha Prakrito Jwaraha Prayena Anilajo Dukkhaha Kaleshu Anyeshu Vaikrataha Hetavaha Vividhastasya Nidane Sampradarshitaha. Apart from this, Kala Prakritim Uddishtaha, Prakrita Jwara Kala, apart from this, If the Jwara comes, that is because of what? Nidana Sevana. And that Nidana Sevana Janya Jwara is Prayaha. How? It is Kashtasadhya. Hence, you must tend to understand what is the Nidana and try to bifurcate what type of Vyadhi it is, what type of Jwara it is, and treat it. It is not as Sukhasadhya as Prakrita Jwara. Hetavaha vividhaha tasya nidane sampradarshitaha. The different cause culprit has been narrated and explained in the Nidana Sthana that can be considered for understanding the Jwara of various origin. Further, he says, Balavat Swalpadoseshu Jwaraha Sadhyo Anupadravaha. That Jwara which is with Alpadosha. Alpadosha means 10 gram of Vayu, 10 gram of Pitta, not like that. Alpadosha is Dosha Bala is less, Rogi Bala is more. That is, Roga Bala is less and Rogi Bala is more. In such condition, the Jwara becomes Sukhasadhya. As well, the Jwara which is devoid of Upadravas will become Sukhasadhya. Now, what are the Upadrava of Jwara? Yaduktam Upadravastu Khalu Rogottarakalajyo Rogashrayyo Roga eva Sthula Anurva Rogat Paschajayate iti Upadrava Saudnyaha. What it is said by Acharya Charaka himself says in 29th chapter that what is Upadrava? Updravastu kalu rogottara kalajaha. Roga uttara kalaja. The roga has already manifested at the time of cessation of roga or roga uttara kala. After the execution of roga, whatever the lakshana is seen, that is called upadrava. Then roga ashrayo rogaha. This upadrava is dependent on roga itself. It does not require separate nidana. Roga ashrayo roga eva sthulo anurva. It can be, upadrava can be bigger than the vyadhi or it can be smaller than the vyadhi. Rogat paschat jayate iti upadrava saudnyaha. That lakshana or the avastha which is seen after the utpatti of roga is called upadrava. Tantraantarecha. In some other tantra like Vagbhata mentions what are the Jwara Upadrava. There he says Hikka, Shwasa, Kasa, Trishna, Chardi, Atisara, Murcha, Angabhedaha, Arochakaha, Krichra Viktata, Cha iti Dasha Upadravaha Jwaram Upadravanti Ityuktaha. These are the 10 Upadravas enlisted by Granthakaras, other Acharyas related to Jwara. They are the 10 Lakshanas. What are they? They are Kasa, then Murcha, Aruchi, Vamana, Trishna, Atisara, Malavibandha. Malavibandha is constipation. Then Hikka, Shwasa, Anga Marda are the 10 Upadravas seen in Jwara Avastha. Further, Hetubir Bahubir Jato, Bahubir Bahulakshanaha, Jwaraha Pranantakradhyascha, Shikhram Indriya Nashanaha. Hetubhihi Bahubihi Jataha. That Jwara which is origined because of Bahu Hetu, na kevala eka hetu. Bahu hetu means multiple cause involved in the manifestation of particular disease. Such disease becomes balibhir bahubir bahulakshana. Hetubhir bahubir jato balibhir bahulakshanaha, which is balavata, balavan roga, and which has bahulakshana, multiple symptoms. Jwaraha pranantakridyascha. Such Jwara is prana antakradaha. That means it can take away the life of an individual. Shikhram indriya nashanaha. It also tend to create vikriti or nasha of indriyas. Here indriya means manonasha can also be considered. With this, we will stop the session here for today, and tomorrow again we will join back for reading the further verses of Jwara Chikitsitam. Thank you. Thank you one and all. questions can be dropped into the chat box, comment box, that will be considered in the question answer session after the end of chapter. Thank you.